Just real quick before we start, for whatever reason, this whistle wind scarf that we got was not highlighted, and so I didn't delete it last video, so I'm gonna do it now. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Panda and welcome back to Final Fantasy 13. In the last episode, we made it all the way through Chapter 9. We assembled our entire team, we are all together once again. And in this episode, as you can see, and as Fang has stated before, that door leads to Daisley, which is the final boss of Chapter 9. But before we do that, I did mention there was an area that I'm going to grind out to get more incentive chips and CP so I can upgrade more of the weapons to the second tier class. So, I'll see you whenever I see you, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I am back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I have just under 600,000 gil, roughly the same amount as I had last time, but it took me quite a bit longer for a couple reasons. One, the enemies are a lot tougher, so getting those drops obviously take a lot longer. Also, there is no loading zone for me to go back and forth into this area because obviously we started here after we crashed on that ship. So, that being said, there's also another pro to this grinding in this area, and the main reason why I chose this area to grind, and it is this. Cobaltite. There are 4 items that require the Cobaltite to be upgraded. You can use it on many other items, but there are 4 that are necessary for you to use in order to get the Treasure Hunter achievement. And they are as follows: the Organics, the Aldebranos, the Tiger Claw, which all 3 are weapons that I do not have, sadly. And the other one is quite random, it's the Frost Ring. The other rings are items that you pick up. For whatever reason, the Frost Ring that turns into the Icicle Ring is the only accessory that you need the Cobaltite for. Because I'm going to sell 10 of these to get even more gil. I think they go for 3,000 a piece. The second thing I wanted to show you, the Titanium Bangle. You cannot pick this item up anywhere. However, you can pick up the rest of the bangles in this game. The only way to get the Titanium Bangle is to upgrade the Tungsten Bangle, which is not worth it, or just buy it outright, which I am going to do. So, another thing I wanted to show you is how to upgrade. As I said, you max out the iron shells, go to Lenora's garage, crankshaft 99. Oh, I hit shop by accident. So you go to upgrade. Go to weapons. So, iron shell. I usually go 25, this is times 2, and then you go 1 by 1 until it says times 3. And some take more than others, some take less. It's just a guessing game. Times 3. And so I did this one before. What it needs is exactly 86 crankshafts and 2 to get the star. But it's a lot of trial and error, that's why you should save before doing any of these weapons. That being said, I'm going to continue on, hopefully star every single weapon that I have, and then maybe do a couple accessories. Anyhow, I did manage to do it. Every single one of the weapons that I own are starred. You might see that the Helter Skelter is level 19, but that's already a tier 2 weapon, as you remember from, I'm not sure if it was last episode or the episode before. But yes, I've accomplished it. I know I did it by very weird means, but I did it nonetheless. So with that, over and done with finally. We are finally gonna go through this door. So, let's get going.
Been looking for you, Nabat.
Your Eminence, please escape. I'll cover your retreat.
Why don't you leave, Jill? Or rather, take your leave. Humans have no business here.
What? Your Eminence!
What? Magic? Monster! People are not yours to use!
What else does one do with tools? Cocoon is a factory built by Fal-Cie. A factory for the mass production of human thralls.
Not anymore, it's not.
What can mere men do? Without our help, death is all of which you're capable. You saw the fools, a mindless mob drunk on fear of a viewless sea.
If they only knew a Lassie was the one filling their glasses!
The sea? You mean me? Oh, child, perish the thought. I am more than that! I am Fal-Cie. My name is Barthandelus, voice of the Sanctum, and Lord Sovereign of the Cocoon Fal-Cie. Your kind feared the darkness, so we gave you light. You begged us for the purge, and did it not come to pass? Now you spurn our counsel. You must learn your place.
Cocoon
Nope.
is nothing to you?
Turns out the old man was a giant face monster. Pretty weird looking boss. I don't know if it looks good or not. It's definitely an interesting design choice. It's just a face shield looking fucking thing. Anyway, perfect time to try out a new party. And this is going to be the last time where they have their main three roles. So, Lightning's Medic, Commando, and Ravager. She's eventually going to have all 6 of the roles, as is every single other character. So, that's what I meant when this is going to be a challenge, because I only have 1 medic. But honestly, this isn't that hard of a fight.
Let's go!
You just gotta take out the wings. So yeah, just gotta buff up a bit. And just go nuts. I have the wrong paradigms, by the way. I'm still using the grinding paradigms that I used in the previous area, so
Barthandelus!
I'm probably not gonna get 3 stars because of that. Because I don't have the Saboteur on any of my paradigms, which would have been pretty useful. Because I think he is susceptible to slow. Alright, so we got 1 half down.
Let's go!
I just gotta switch to diversity more than I'd like.
Follow my lead!
Oh, and I don't have a Sentinel. Every single paradigm, I think, has a Commando for a Fang. Not that I need it, though. As I said, this boss is not hard at all. I'm not even sure what that did.
Follow my lead.
I guess he switched forms or something? I don't know. He didn't buff himself.
This is the power.
Yeah, he's not doing any damage whatsoever. Yeah, he just keeps doing that. It's weird. That's pretty offsetting. It just kind of looked disgusting. Alright, so let's go to stagger his face and then go nuts on him. It should only take like 2 rounds. Unless he shoots us with his face again. Yeah, being really cautious with healing. Yeah, for being his most powerful attack, it doesn't do anything. Just takes off half health. Almost staggered.
You will know.
Oh, maybe this is his most powerful attack. Just gonna stay healed. It better not one-shot me.
Let's go.
Is he gonna attack me or? Wow, that's a long charging time.
Take down the enemy.
That couldn't have been it, can it? Oh, it just causes him to dual cast. Yeah, that's nothing. Alright. He's almost dead. Or did he heal? I thought he was lower health than that.
Let's go.
Cerberus for a little bit. And then probably gonna heal after this. Yep.
Count the light of a Fal-Cie.
Yeah, this is such a long charging time that I could just wail on him for a bit. I hate when that happens. When lightning does a spark strike, like in the middle of her charge.
Thanks. Take down the enemy.
Should get him before he gets it off. Or not. He's dead anyway. Just die already. There we go. Yeah, 3 stars. I didn't think it was that great of a fight.
The Fal-Cie running the sanctum.
Then, I guess it wasn't Eden controlling things after all.
As I said, I am Lord Sovereign.
Guess Fal-Cie don't go down as easy as the rest of us.
Ease is not the issue. You have not fought to win. You should know quite well already the sure way of dispatching our kind. Ragnarok.
What's Ragnarok? Ah!
Pitiful Fal-Cie, you've forgotten your focus. Ragnarok is the beast one of you must become in order to lay waste to Cocoon. You have had the dream. One among you will become that monstrosity. Defeat Orphan and destroy Cocoon.
Orphan?
The font of Eden's power. Orphan fuels Eden with strength, and Eden in turn sustains you and the rest of our kind. Destroy Orphan, and you'll release a force such as this world has never seen. Cocoon will be torn asunder.
So if I did that, destroyed Orphan,
Your focus will be fulfilled.
So what? Who says it has to be?
Sarah asked us to save Cocoon before she turned to Crystal. Save it! And that's what we're gonna do. Sarah was trying to tell us how to complete our focus, and we have...
Allow me to help you see the truth of things. The moment you arrived, your friend wept crystal tears. This was because her focus required that you be brought together. That girl did nothing but assemble the tools for Cocoon's destruction. Did it never occur to you? Or did you simply refuse to countenance the thought? If you will not face the truth, then face the peril of your plight. Run, Fal-Cie. See how stark reality is.
Come on!
This is bad! The yoke's jammed! Knew it was a trap!
Something's coming!
Not so fast, Fal-Cie.
Hang on! What kind of ship is this? Fighting on its own?
Clever, aren't you?
Can't we do something?
Got me! I give up!
The shield!
Saz, look out!
Where are we? Looks like a piece of pulse.
Pulse? What, you mean like the Bodum vestige? Something like that. It's close to Eden.
Yeah, well, what I don't understand is after the purge and all that Fal-Cie paranoia, why keep a chunk of pulse under the floorboards?
Is this what the Primarch wanted us to see?
A place for l'Cie to accept their fate.
Do you really think our focus is what Daisley said it is?
You mean become Ragnarok?
Destroy the Fal-Cie Eden and shatter Cocoon. That's what the vision's telling us, more or less. So, we're back to square one. Out of luck.
Mr. Hero! Cocoon calling snow!
It's almost like Daisley wants it to come true.
Seems that way. You sure didn't mind explaining it. Here's your focus on the silver platter.
But that doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Why would a Cocoon Fal-Cie want to destroy Cocoon?
Maybe it's a Fal-Cie thing. You know what I mean? Some grand design we just don't understand.
Hey, Snow. Nothing from you?
So, this way?
And with that, we get teleported somewhere strange, and we get our 10th achievement, Instrument of Truth.
So gathering up the tools for destruction turned you to crystal.
Yeah, some more reasons to love Snow. He becomes a depressed prick for the rest of the game.
If you start to stray or take too much of a shock, your brand will change, and it'll be next stop Seath Central. Keep that in mind.
So there are no items back there. But yeah, this game's a lot more cutscene heavy than I remember. That was like 12 minutes of cutscene, straight up. But like I've stated before, I don't mind. It's so visually impressive.
Don't believe everything a Fal-Cie says. He's telling us our focus is to destroy Cocoon. But who knows? He could be lying to trick us into helping him to do something else. We should listen to Sarah, not some Fal-Cie.
So Daisley was really the Fal-Cie Barthandelus. The vision he was talking about was that crazy Ragnarok dream we all had when we were made into l'Cie. One of us is supposed to become this Ragnarok thing and destroy Eden. Except we do that by destroying this orphan that gives Eden its power. I think I have that part straight now.
And yeah, especially for its time. Like, this game's even at 720p, and there's some parts of the cutscenes that look like they're in 4K.
Looks like I was wrong.
About Sarah's focus. Not like you to second guess yourself.
Yeah, well, even heroes make mistakes.
What about your plan to protect Cocoon? Either way, your faith in Sarah was strong. That strength got you this far.
It was all wrong.
Yeah, you tried so hard to convince us that you even fooled yourself. You've been a total idiot. But still, it saved me. You trusted Sarah. Let that faith drive you. It even made me want to believe.
Sarah, talk to me, baby.
Couldn't even finish what I was saying. Man, I haven't had a fight in almost 20 minutes. Yeah, there's probably just as many cutscenes in that chapter than there were in the beginning of the game. But it does make sense. There was a lot of shit that just happened. Anyway, I had to change my paradigms back to what they were, and my party members, because I don't know why they switched it up. And here's another one.
believe we're still in Cocoon.
It's kinda creepy.
And about 20 minutes later, we're back in the fight. These guys are quite a bit stronger than the ones we faced before. And as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted yet again, I maxed out the Crystarium, obviously, because with all the CP I had from grinding earlier, I got every single Crystarium ability up until the next chapter. And though it may seem like overkill, all that CP is going to be needed. And once we hit the final stage of the Crystarium, we're going to need all that CP to max it all out so we can get, well, it's probably like 4 or 5 achievements that require the Crystarium to be fully maxed out. And it's fully upgrading every single role and then fully upgrading every single character. And with that, I lied about using the Crystarium up until next chapter, because we're going to be using it right now.
This place. It must be an ark.
An ark?
That's what they called them.
Long ago, the Fal-Cie, who made their home on Grand Pulse, were afraid of invasion from the outside. As part of their battle preparations, they created an army of living weapons. And they stored those weapons in arks. And they hid the arks all over the world.
Everyone on Grand Pulse knew the legend.
So, this is basically a Pulse armory.
Mm-hmm. Most of us never believed in them. A few people tried searching, but they never found a thing. Who'd have thought to look on Cocoon?
Right under our noses. Some secret they kept. Those Sanctum guys, what are they up to?
The story's not done. There's more.
They used to say the arcs had a more practical purpose.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, to force Fal-Cie to master their shiny new powers.
Huh.
Okay, so I get it. Daisley's goal is to forge us into stronger weapons. Right.
Not Seath, but monsters all the same.
Think of it as training for the fight ahead.
Hope's right.
Wait, what was that? These guys again.
Fun times.
Over there! We gotta keep moving.
But what I actually meant was after that cutscene. So, as you can see, all the rules are now available for each character, and all you need to do is level it one time in order to use it. So, first thing I'm going to do is Ravager for Fang, because Tri-Disaster is too good not to use. And, well, as you get higher up on the Crystarium for the new rolls, they get incredibly expensive. So for Fang, I'm probably going to use all the CP. And the other one, Medic, because that's what I need. I might give her a couple synergist abilities as well, depending on how much CP I have left after this. Does she get anything new? Just gonna keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here. So, I used to like using Salvation a lot. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it. I probably am. I was getting used to using Diversity. Azuna? Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. What else should I do? I'm gonna give her a synergist roll. Let's see what she gets. I think she gets Faith and Bravery. Yeah, Lightning is a pretty good synergist. I mentioned it before. And I don't know if I should go further than that. I don't know what her... It's like Fierce Spawn? What do I get? Yeah, she gets the End Thunder, End Fire, all those, which are absolutely worth having. Should I go further? It's cost so much CP. I'm probably just gonna do one more, depending on what the next one is. Alright, come on. Holy crap, just do it. Thank you. And Frost. No. Nope, that's it. I think... Just going to... Yeah, okay, so try Disaster. I am gonna do Savior, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Salvation. And what else? Yeah, I did say I was gonna show this finally. I never showed any of the leveling or changing up the paradigms. You eventually saw them anyway. But now that every character has every single role, the strategy opens up like exponentially. I don't know if I want to get rid of Cerberus or have Aggression. I'm not sure. Diversity I use quite a bit as well. I'm not sure what I want to do. Yeah, Delta Attack would be really useful. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Alright, and first battle with the new paradigms. By the way, I also checked in the beginning areas if there was any items, but no, there's just a couple of fights there, and it's no point in going back there at all. Yeah, as you can see, even without the preemptive strike, I'm doing an absurd amount of damage. Then we got a Hero's Amulet. I'm losing track of which accessories we've got and haven't gotten, because there's so fucking many. So unlike the previous chapter, I believe this one is quite a bit longer and a bit more tedious, sadly. Also, I don't believe there's anywhere good to grind here, and I might not be grinding until the middle of chapter 13. And then obviously the post-game. So unless we find some catalysts, and besides the end of each episode, we won't be progressing in the Treasure Hunter achievement for a little while.
Nothing I can't.
Alright, so these guys are new, and I remember them quite well because I died to them twice in my first playthrough. This one and an upcoming one that's pretty soon. They have this nutrient absorption attack that interrupts my characters. And there's one thing that pisses me off is when my characters get interrupted. Well, I guess it wasn't nearly as much a problem as it was before. I'm pretty overpowered at the moment. Alright, so yet another palette swap of the Flan enemy. These guys are pretty easy, except if you take too long to kill them, they can morph together and they'll do a lot of damage on you. And also, like most other Flan, they are resistant to physical attacks. And there we got yet another Saint's Amulet. I think there's only about 4 fights left in this area, and a couple more items. It's just kind of uninteresting, and the items aren't that well hidden, so I'm probably going to skip most of it. Yeah, so like I said, super easy. The fights are just a bunch of weak enemies all grouped together, and it's just not much of a challenge at all. The items we got are pretty much repeats, and I'd have to say this is probably my least favorite chapter.
You hide something like this.
And up here is a somewhat hidden area, I guess. It is a little bit easy to miss, I think. And it has an item that I don't think is all that useful either. Yeah, just 10 components. When I came up here the first time, I was hoping for like a decent weapon or maybe even an elixir or something, but this is not that useful at all. So I'm plowing through this part of the game quite quickly. I honestly wonder how much I'm going to be cutting out because a lot of it's just uninteresting. And we got a new accessory there. But yeah, there is a part of the game upcoming that I dislike even more than the part we just went through. And probably one of the reasons I say that is because after this segment, that next area is probably one of the funnest times I've had playing a Final Fantasy game.
You know what to do.
And actually the areas came out of order. This is the area I was talking about where I just like it. Like it just looks like crap. The enemies are lame. I just don't like the floor design. It's just, I don't know, probably my least favorite part of the whole game. And then after this, there's some pretty sweet looking enemies, and then after that is quite fun. Yeah, every Final Fantasy, or every game for that matter, has its downsides. Which reminds me, I don't know if I mentioned it before, after every single game of the series, I'm going to be ranking them. Well, I've also said I'm not going to play 11 or 14. I've actually considered it a little bit, but I doubt I'm going to do it. If anything, I'm going to do it last, if I am. But I'm going to be ranking these all numerical Final Fantasies. And I believe the total number of Final Fantasy games I'm going to play on my channel are 17. All the numerical ones, except for 11 and 14, and Final Fantasy Tactics. And Final Fantasy 16 is coming out as well, so that's going to be thrown into the mix once I get that far. And there we have our 11th achievement, Loremaster, which I believe is our first objective achievement that isn't story progression achievements. And there we got some money. Anyways, that achievement entails you to discern 100 enemies with Libra. So you can get it automatically by going through the game. I believe it's one that's impossible to miss actually. Or you can just Libra enemies, like every enemy you see. You should get it. You can get it a lot earlier than this actually. I believe I mentioned the achievement before. And also, we are officially over a third of the way through the achievements. which makes me wonder how long this series is going to be. Obviously, probably the story is going to be the longest part for you guys, but for me, it's going to be getting the achievements at the end of the game, and I'm probably going to be doing 1 or 2 achievements per episode.
These things are alive.
What's this sanctum up to? Are they planning to start a war?
Alright, so these guys are pretty cool. They have horrible eyesight, so it's pretty easy to preempt them. But if you take too long to kill them, they do a thing called Forge Smith, I think it's called, where they pretty much make a sword and add another enemy on the screen, which you don't have to kill, I don't believe. I think you can just kill the main enemy and that would be the fight. I'm not 100% sure of that though. But yeah, they do have quite a bit of health, so I'm not even close to halfway after one stagger. Yeah, these new paradigms are quite nice to use. It was quite annoying having just one medic and 2 Ravagers. And Tri Disaster is probably my favorite paradigm. Just getting that staggered gauge up so quickly like that. Like, even on such a tough enemy like this one, it's going up quite fast. Yeah, see, like, it's 100% per round, pretty much. But anyway, back to what I was saying before. If you're following along with me in this game and you're doing the same things I am, then it is going to take quite a while. But the reason I did that grinding before is because I didn't want to have just nothing but story in the very beginning of my playthrough, and then at the very end just be nothing but achievements. Because I do have a few in mind, achievements I'm going to do that are objective based and not story based. So I'm hopefully be more than halfway done by the time I get to the post game. And also I have decided that I am going to do a little chunk of the Seath missions so I can get a little bit more CP in order for the Superstar mission to be a little bit more easy. And I'll explain more about that achievement when we get there. It's really simple. It's just it can be a little bit tricky if you're not a high enough level.
Try and keep calm. Don't want to go giving those brands any big ideas.
And we got a second one of these areas, which I completely forgot about. It's just one of those weird train station looking areas. It actually reminds me of something, and I don't know what. There's definitely something that looks exactly like this in other games. And more of these guys. Man, I forget how many palette swaps they end up putting in this game. But as you can see, ridiculously weak for the how strong my characters are. And we got yet another Auric Amulet. It's been nothing but disappointing chest after disappointing chest in this area. So no new battles or items in that first train station area. But here we finally got a new enemy. So when I watched other people play this game and they got to this exact point, it was a bit of a bottleneck. Because this guy, when he gets past half HP, he will transform and regain all his health. And thankfully he will retain his status gauge, but he can be quite a tough enemy if he's in his second form for too long. And hopefully I can kill him before that happens. I did mention that he does have an ability that I don't think previous behemoths had before.
The enemy off balance.
And is when they get to their second form, they use something called Sunder, and it does a hell of a fuck am I trying to say?
Change of plan.
A hell of a ton of damage is what I was trying to say. I think roughly 2/3 of your damage. Yeah, and here he goes.
Time for another approach.
So as you can see, it's a tough enough fight where I had to buff up and debuff him. The slow really helps. Yet I killed him long before the Sunder happened. There is another upcoming battle that has a behemoth and I believe other enemies along with them, so I'll probably show that one as well. But yes, definitely a bottleneck. That could be a very difficult fight if you don't know what you're doing. Finally, we get a good item, a weapon for hope. And man, I realize I'm fucking shit at talking during battles like that. So you're going to want to come up here first, and this was the battle I was talking about.
This'll be interesting.
Yeah, so 3 of the nutrient, whatever the fuck guys, and 1 behemoth. So, you want to get these small guys first. And it's not that big of a deal. And I'm just gonna buff. I know it's probably unnecessary, but again, this is an area in the game where I just want to go quick. So I just want to make sure I don't die. And like I said, the slow on him really helps. Yeah, that salvation is an awesome paradigm. I love how quickly you heal.
Keep the enemy off balance.
Yeah, so basically the same thing after you kill those smaller guys. You definitely don't want to do like Cerberus or something though, because you don't want him being attacked at all while you're trying to kill those smaller enemies. But I absolutely would have gotten a higher rating if I didn't do all those buffs. And again, another chest that's almost not worth getting. Almost not worth having that annoying ass fight.
Cool head.
So yeah, and showing 2 of those fights is probably enough. And I got the 5 stars there. The preemptive strike really helps on the behemoths. So if you can get them, go for them. Yeah, these fights were just, I got so lucky. Because you can get incredibly unlucky and he'll just Sunder target lightning. And there is a chance that you can lose, especially if you don't have full health. Man, I love how satisfying the Edge Carbine's attack sounds. And wow, that's what, 4 or 5 accessories that we had already? And I believe almost all of them are acquirable by shopping for them. I think the Auric Amulet's the only one that you can only pick up from chests. And the Shroud. And we're just gonna mark off the weapons and accessories that we found. So the Wriggles, which is a weapon for Saz. There it is. And Alicanto, which is one for Hope. There it is. Now for accessories. So, titanium bangle, which I got at the beginning of the episode. And it's past the weapons. There they are. We got an tight ring, which I think we might have knocked off at the beginning when I did this for the first time. Yeah, it's not there. Hero's Amulet, so that'd be under Amulets. Hero's Amulet. Saint's Amulet. Rainbow Anklet. That was easy. Auric Amulet. We were just there. Or do we have the Auric Amulet already? Yeah, we do. Actually have it equipped. And the metal armband, which we have already. And that will do it. And that will do it for this episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will reconvene with you later. Toodles.